So let it be written. So let it be done. This is Tabletop Terrors. And today we're going to talk about something that happens to all of us. You have a game coming up and you're not inspired. Now, it could be that you're inspired by something else right now. Like, I love to grill. And so if I'm just really feeling recipes and doing that, that's where my headspace is. But I still have people coming over, or I have a game to go to, and this happens. We have to talk about this. So today's video is specifically going to be, where do you find inspiration when you don't have any and you need it in a definitive amount of time? All right, so the first thing is, this is okay to feel this way. We're human beings, and you are not always going to be able to be inspired at every session, especially if you're playing weekly and in some cases. So I think the first thing is, it's okay to admit this. Hey, I'm not really feeling inspired. That's okay, because you're still going to get together in game with people that you love hanging out with. All of those things are still going to happen. So we can get through this together. The key is, I wouldn't share that information with others because you don't want to project how you're feeling onto them. So you can share it with us. You can comment below. Hey, I'm not feeling inspired this week. Maybe we can help you work through it. But the thing is, the games where I've been feeling like, I don't know, is this a good idea? I'm not really feeling this. I'm thinking about something else, are the games that I get the most compliments on. Because how I'm feeling isn't necessarily directly translated to how other people feel when I present those ideas to them as a game master or even as a player. So that's the first thing. It's going to happen to everyone, and just show up and push through, because it'll probably be an awesome game. But that's not really a tip to help you today. So my tip for that is, look for a gem. I call them gems or hidden gems. Basically, we're surrounded by more television, books, and media than ever. And it's instantly available all over the internet, all over streaming. All you need is one thing to at least spark that inspiration. It could be a quote. It could be a piece of art. It could be a song. It could be a movie. Just go through and look for that gem, and then take that gem that you feel inspired about, and that's real, and work it into the session. If you're feeling a song and you just love the song, take the lyrics, write them out on a piece of paper, and then figure out plot hooks that go along with some of the lyrics. Think outside of the box. If you do that, you can find inspiration in other things, and then sort of tangentially use that in your D&D sessions.
For me, when I'm feeling this way, I like to do something that I call, and sometimes I'm actually able to do this, watching the trailer. Now, I call it watching the trailer because when I buy games on Steam when they're on sale, I don't always play them. And sometimes when I'm itching to buy a new game, I remember all the ones that I have, or maybe have that have played, but I could revisit. And so what I do is, as though I hadn't purchased them, I go back and I watch some of the trailers for some of these games to try to remember what got me excited about it. When I'm thinking about, I have a game coming up or something, I'm thinking, oh man, I have something I have to do tomorrow. I have that work email I have to get to. I can't sit there for 4 hours or however long. And, I'm thinking about, oh, am I going to eat first? What's my wife going to say if the game runs? I'm thinking about all of these things. And I'm thinking about so few of the things that are fun about the game, right? So I'm piling on all these bad things and not. So if I go and in the case of an online game that's streamed, literally go and watch some of the gaming, what were your favorite moments, and go see where that happened, and you'll begin to get excited about that. Talk to the players, if you don't have the luxury of being able to go back and watch or listen to the game. Talk to the players about, what some of their goals are for the game, or maybe just bring up some of the things that happened in some of the last sessions that were really gut-wrenching that you can't wait to get to, and just sort of re-immerse yourself in all of these things, and not to fake any sort of excitement or anything, but among those things that at some point got you excited. Even if they don't now, try and find a new thing within that space to get you excited. Try and find, oh, well, my character, they resolved this arc where, I was really excited for this game for a while because they were looking for their parents, but they found them. So now what? Well, maybe there's something else. It may not be directly that simple for you, but just find something else you can latch onto, a new town you're going to that might have this ingredient you've been looking for a long time. Just really try and dive in and latch yourself onto something and see if you can get some inspiration to be drawn from that, and have sort of a direction when you do get in the game and you do begin to start playing.
So this is Jeff from the future. Unfortunately, we had some tech issues with my audio on this episode. So rather than subject you to a lot of roboting and bad audio quality, I figured I'd just re-record it. So apologies that this is not live, but this is mostly the gist of what I said. So one of the amazing things about the tabletop RPG hobby is that it's not something that we have to do alone. If you're having a day where you're low energy or you're having a tough time coming up with ideas, then this is the perfect time to lean into what the other people at the table are interested in and to leverage their creativity to better enhance your own in the moment. So maybe you're wondering what to do, but you have a whole bunch of other players, and some of those players have goals that their characters are trying to accomplish, or cool NPC bonds that they can use, or just connections with each other that haven't gone very much explored, or they've been wanting to go to this other town and do this thing and they haven't really had time. Like, now is the time to lean into all those things that people are interested in doing and have expressed interest in exploring, that maybe you haven't had the right time to fit into the setting yet, or just, as you've gone through other things that hasn't come up yet, or you've been saving it for the right moment. Now is the time to look into all those different things and explore whether now might be a good time to look into that. And it can be a great way to revitalize some energy and to revitalize some ideas, to then look specifically at what the other players have been asking for. Or if they haven't been asking for anything specific, you can ask them now, before the game. If you have time, just reach out and say, hey, looking to put together next session. Does anybody have anything that they're looking to do or think would be fun? That can be a great time to ask them and reach out and see if there's anything that they've been wanting that they haven't had the chance to express, or anything like that. And then also, depending on what type of game that you play or run, you can always lean on the other players' creativities in the game too. If you get to the table and you just still don't have anything, if you're a low prep GM like I am, then that is also a good time to lean into everybody else. And you can look at the other players and say, so you're on the road going to this other town, and Tim, what surprising person do you see on the road? Or what catches your eye? Or just lean into the players. And if your players are the sorts of people who are very sort of creative and spontaneous with those sorts of things, they'll be able to come up with something awesome in that moment. And that can be great fuel as well, to lean into those different things that they have to say and that they come up with on the spot. And then you don't have to worry so much about like whether your ideas are haphazard or thrown together, because it's coming from somebody else at the table. You can just sort of run with it and know that it's something that people at the table are going to be engaged in. So the more that you can lean into everybody else at the table, the more it, for one, includes them, which can always be great, and two, it lets you sort of lean off of your own insecurity or lack of energy or lack of preparation in that moment to really let their ideas shine. And then it takes a lot of pressure off of you to come up with good ideas, because if they're expressing those interests and they're putting those ideas forth, they're going to be good and they're going to enjoy them. So yeah, future Jeff signing back off to normal video, but that's basically what I had to say during this time. But again, the audio got messed up, so hopefully this is a good enough substitute.
So that's it. Those are some ways to find inspiration when you're not feeling inspired. And in the comments, I would love to hear if this has ever happened to you. Let's all just admit it, and we don't have to talk about the exact time or the exact game unless you want to. But has this ever happened to you? You can just comment, yep. Yep. We're Tabletop Terrors. We're all about fun, creativity, tabletop games. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel, because we come out with about 2 videos a week. And if you hit the bell notification, it will let you know when we've released a new video. We always end the show with a Tabtarian toast.
May you mend the first break.
May you kill the first snake.
May you conquer everything you undertake.
Slancha. May you mend the first break.
May you kill the first snake.
May you conquer every lost UDP stream that you undertake.
My number one my number one concern is that I was gonna say, oh, there you go, you're back.
Okay. Yeah.